Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I am George. We're all George. So, got two very big pieces of news today. Number one, Fed Chair Powell said something that paused the Bitcoin pump. Is it temporary? Let's talk about it. And also, Gary Gensler, did he just resign today voluntarily? Or is he being forced out? And is that a good thing? Let's talk about that as well. All right, let's talk about these things and a few other things too. All right, let's do it. Welcome, guys. We are sitting at 88,000. Is it time to panic? Well, you tell me. 88,000? I would say no. Although some of you guys may disagree, but of course, yes, we're not as high as 93. No, we did not shoot to a new high, unfortunately. And that's because Fed Chair Powell said something that paused the Bitcoin pump, right? But is it over? Most definitely not. But what did he say exactly? Well, he said this: the Fed doesn't need to be in a hurry to reduce interest rate. I feel like he just said this on purpose. I feel like he just said this just to throw people off because it was already priced in that there was going to be another rate cut coming up in December. And I think he's just doing this on purpose. Maybe, he felt like the market was getting too hot and he needed to say something to cool off the market. Or maybe he was pressured to. Or maybe he just wants to say a big F you to Trump or something because he doesn't like him. I don't know. But there was absolutely zero reasons for him to say this. None whatsoever. Zero. But somehow, of course, what Wall Street interpreted was, he's turning hawkish again. We better pump the brakes on all of our buying. And that's exactly what happened, right? Not only for crypto, for stocks as well. And that's exactly what happened. Now, if you look at the probability for the FOMC meeting next month, now it has changed drastically. It was basically 100% for another 25 base point cut. Now it has shifted about 59% for a cut, 41% for no cut. It's still leaning towards there is a cut, but still, because of what Powell said, now it's almost 50-50. Okay, so again, there's really zero reasons why he needed to say what he said. But I think it was really to throw people off and really to slow down the pumps because there were too many pumps, maybe too fast. And he realized that. And this was the only way to kind of slow things down a bit. Or he did it intentionally because he just wanted to give a big F you to everyone before he leaves or resigns or get kicked out. I don't know. He was asked if he would step down, and he's like, no, I will not step down for another 2 years. But, it's a lot of pressure to stay SEC chair if the new president is asking him to step down, right? That's like your boss at your company, which wants to fire you, but can't. That's a terrible working condition, right? That would be the condition he's working under if he chooses to stay, right? So, I don't know. I don't know if he really wants to stay there. But, yeah, that's what happened. And because of that, that kind of that dumped some cold water on the hotness that we've been experiencing over the last few days. But you know what? That's okay. That's okay. Because people that sold today will regret it. And I'll show you why. Today, a lot of people sold. Look at the ETFs. Massive 527 million panic sold, even from Wall Street, because of the Powell statements. Man, they took it horribly. They took it horribly. That is massive. You know, the last time this happened, if you scroll up a little bit, November 4th, it was a day before elections. Okay, all these leaded hands also sold. And guess what? They had to buy back a few days later at a much higher price. Okay, you don't want to be one of those people. You don't want to panic sell and then have to buy back later at a higher price, because then you just lose, right? So it's not something that we never seen before. We saw it like a couple weeks ago, but then after those days when we had a little bit of outflow, we had massive inflows, and I expect more of the same. But today, Powell just like wanted to cool things off a little bit. But we also do have something very good that's coming up. Could be coming as soon as tomorrow, guys. Could be coming as soon as tomorrow. But let me get to that. But in terms of Bitcoin, you know what? We got so many great things coming up. This talk about strategic reserve, it's a big deal. MicroStrategy not only plans on buying $42 billion more of Bitcoin, but we know Trump and Loomis, they both plan on making Bitcoin a strategic reserve. That's up to 5% of the supply. That's an enormous amount that could be starting within 3 months. So that's probably like April timeframe. That could be starting as soon as April. And who knows how high Bitcoin will be then. That's an enormous amount of buying pressure. And again, there's more implications to just buying. Other countries will pay attention. Okay? When others realize this is no joke, that the US is starting to buy Bitcoin, they will follow. It's a big deal. I don't think people have grasped this yet. It could be even bigger than the ETFs themselves. So that is coming. That is coming. But you know what? You know what else is coming? Pennsylvania is doing the same thing. So we may see the same thing happen in the states. That each state may put Bitcoin in their strategic reserve. That's quite interesting. So you'll see it from a state level, then you see it at a federal level. You see it everywhere. You see it in pension funds. Basically everywhere. Everyone wants a piece. That's why don't let little sell-off days like today scare you off. In fact, cherish it. Just this morning, I told you guys how I fear that we're moving too quick. Once Bitcoin gets above 100,000, man, it's so hard to accumulate. Any little dips, you gotta cherish, because this is real. We are 90,000 and we're going to be six figures soon. So keep that in mind. And once the bull train gets going, which it has already, it's not going to stop, and it's going to keep on going and going and going and going and going and going, and it's going to lift the entire market up with it. Okay, including the altcoin market. Altcoin season, which we know kind of kicked off a little bit. A lot of alts started moving, especially the memes. But today in general, we have one that hasn't been moving for a very long time and is moving today. And that's due to this other big news. And that is this guy right here. He basically gave a farewell speech today. Okay? Like, he didn't actually resign, but he might as well have. He basically reflected, and his verbiage is like, guys, it's been a pleasure. To quote some of these things, it's been a great honor to serve with them, doing the people's work and ensuring that our capital markets remain the best in the world. You say that usually when you're leaving. You don't say that if you're staying around. That's a farewell speech. That is definitely a farewell speech. Okay, you don't just proactively say it's been a great honor serving with them. That's like you're already gone, right? So yeah, this came out today, and then shortly afterwards, we may know the reason. 18 states and their attorney generals collectively decided to sue the SEC. And this is probably the reason why he's resigning, for unconstitutional overreach under Gary Gensler. Why now? Why now? I don't know. Probably because we have a new president coming up. So basically, even though it seems like the president does not have the authority to kick out or fire the SEC chair, this, again, is going to put a whole lot of pressure on him. And basically, he knows he needs to go. No one wants him there. Congress doesn't want him there. The new president doesn't want him there. Now, 18 freaking states are suing him or his department. So basically, he just gave a farewell speech. He may be gone tomorrow. Like tomorrow, he may be just leaving. Like, I don't know when. He might as well just given it today. I don't even know why he didn't just say, I officially today I'm resigning. I don't even know what the point is. But yeah, this is nail in the coffin. He is definitely gone. And when he's gone, it's going to be good for the entire industry. You know that Trump, especially with Elon and Vivek and JD Vance and everyone else in his cabinet, seems to be very pro-crypto. Whoever they put in or vote in as a new SEC chair, you got to figure it's going to be someone that's a lot more pro-crypto, that understands the environment and needs and can fulfill the needs of the country and doesn't squash innovation and keeps the talent here. What Gary has been doing has been driving the talent everywhere else. Okay? And that's not what we want. We want to keep the talent and the innovation here and not be so afraid of being served, Wells notices with very vague languages and no one knows what to do about them, right? So this is a win for everyone, but XRP Army is taking it as a win for XRP because XRP is flying up to the moon. So you could see that's a pretty good pump. They're finally above 60 cents. They pumped to 70 cents. Now they're 80 cents. And, I may have to play the most educational video ever created today to celebrate this monumental occasion. And the whales. The whales are back. 1+ million XRP whales. Highest amount held since June of 2018. They're coming back based on this news because there's one last lawsuit, that the SEC is targeting XRP or appealing, I should say. Most likely it's going to be dropped because if he's going to be gone, I don't think they're going to continue it. So yeah, that's why. But I'm surprised that the entire industry is not pumping more on this news. This is good for everything, not just for XRP. This is good for the entire industry. Every single crypto. This is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Right? And here's something else. Here's something else. The Department of Government Efficiency, right? They're looking at blockchain-based election voting and identity verification system. They're thinking about maybe utilizing Cardano, Hyperledger, Hedera. And you know what? You know who visited Elon today? This man right here. I know he's pressing to get Cardano. So this could be an indication that something big is happening. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if ADA pumped today. Did ADA do anything today? Where's ADA? ADA didn't really pump. But it could. It could based on this news. Last time ADA pumped was because he said he was doing something. He's going to advise for Trump. Maybe Cardano's going to be part of this. Could be. Maybe Hedera is also part of this. I don't know. This could be huge. Absolutely huge. And then, of course, you know, you got all the usual meme coins. They kind of cooled off today. But when the market kicks back, I think they're going to get hot again. Like Pepe recently pumped to 116 billion. They cooled off today, but I think they're going to come back full force. Yup. Even Litecoin, one of my all-time favorites. Those of you guys that's been me for a while know I love Litecoin. I love it even more than XRP. They have turned into a meme coin. I don't know if that's a good thing. I really don't know if that's a good thing, but they're certainly not moving like a meme coin. All right. That is it. You can see right there. XRP up 17%. Bitcoin retraced a little bit, down only 1.74%. Anyone panicking over a 1.74% drop? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say if you're panicking over that. All right, let's do some Q&A.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larson.
That just pumped up. That just pumped XRP a little bit more. Low IQ detector became a member. Robert Hull. HBAR Algo GRT will 10x 2025. Sure, maybe. I don't know. They have a good chance. I'm not a fan of any of those projects, so even after playing that for 6 years, there are some people that still do not get it. And that's okay. Maybe that's the point. Maybe that's the point. Tyson. I'm definitely going Tyson. As long as the fight is not rigged, I'm going Tyson. But, you know, we'll see. I think ADA, you know, ADA just flipped to plus 4%. Did it just pump right now because of that news? Let's take a look. ADA actually helped pretty well. You know, honestly, today, guys, a lot of the alts didn't move. Today, the sell-off was mostly limited to Bitcoin. Like Solana didn't move. Sui didn't move. It looks like ADA didn't move today either. So let's add ADA. I'm going to add it to my list here. Let's start tracking ADA. ADA, you know, could be on a rise soon if there's anything official with the Department of Government Efficiency. Doge definitely slowed down a little bit. Pepe slowed down. I'm hoping Pepe picks up. I have a lot riding on Pepe right now, but it looks like, yeah, that's what it looks like right now. Hopefully, go break out of this and head upwards. Can Stanley Pup come back? Went ahead and YOLO'd. I don't think so. I think I have not been following it, but the Dirty Degen guys have, and I think that guy rugged. I think he rugged it. So no, I don't think so. You'll have to tune into their show and ask, but I think he like converted it or something to some other chain and just like left the project, and it was really disappointing to hear. Hayden Cornell, when do you think gaming narrative will start? Probably next month. No, it could. It'll probably pick up next month, but really it's gonna be next year. Like that's when things will get going. Oh, XRP is starting to move again. I think gaming is just, you know, right now Web3 gaming, there's not a lot of games that have a lot of players. So right now it's still kind of dead, but I think with the FOMO coming back, it could definitely pick up next year. But assuming that Bitcoin breaks in 6 figures and things get really nutty, like what we saw in the last few days, I could definitely see a lot of games and gaming chains doing very well next month. Dustin, do you know any books and courses that develop solid TA fundamentals? I'm sure if you Googled it, you'll find plenty of videos and books that you can find on TA. George, if you had to pick Nissan Frontier Pro 4X or Ridgeline Black Edition, I mean, no challenge. Ridgeline is a crossover truck. Frontier is actually a real truck. If you go off-road, Frontier. But why would you limit yourself to those two options? It makes no sense. You get Tacoma, which is better than both of them. Man, XRP is like going up right in front of our eyes. I have some leverage plays on XRP, if I'm being honest, so I'm hoping it does go up. I got some heavy plays on XRP. Huracan or 911 Turbo S? If you want a more practical car, I would say go with the Turbo S. If you want a more low-key car, if you want all the looks in the world, then go with the Huracan. The new Huracan replacement, Tamario, or whatever it's called, looks so ugly to me. And it's not even out, but just don't get it. Ian D. Leon. I'm glad to hear that. That's awesome. I don't own any XRP, ARM, and GA Yoda. I don't own any XRP, but I do have some leverage plays on XRP. Yeah, the Huracan replacement is so weird. The front end, back end, it's just like I don't know what Lambo's doing. Honestly, it's not just Lambo. Ferrari's doing the same thing. All their new cars look so weird. I don't know what it is with these designers now. They forgot how to make good cars. They really I don't know. I just don't know. All these new exotics look so weird. Can you check out Medicaid's white paper, please? I'm certainly not going to check it out on stream, Hayden. Um, and if I had a lot of time in my hands, I would, but I'm not going to right now. Where does the MSTR going? You know what? What's interesting, yesterday it sold off a lot. Today, it still was in the red, but barely. I could see how Wall Street is trying to manipulate a little bit, trying to suppress it a little bit, but man, MicroStrategy is gonna go higher for sure. As Bitcoin goes higher, MicroStrategy is gonna keep on going. It does need to take a break. Like just like Bitcoin, both could take a break. I mean, profit taking is fine. Both have gone up so much so fast. So a little bit of profit taking is perfectly normal. There's nothing wrong with that. Randy's asking about Cadena. I am not a fan of Cadena. I don't think the team knows what the hell they're doing. So, yeah, that's my analysis of them in 2025. I used to like them a lot. I think their technology was great, and I thought they could do good things, but yeah, they got into a lot of crazy shit. They don't know how to market. They got internal fights. I don't know. They just did a lot of bad stuff. They drove out their most loyal like projects. Yeah. Pepe not moving today. Whiff took a big dump today. Not sure why Whiff took a big dump. Like Pepe went down a little bit, but Whiff took a huge dump. It's still on Coinbase, so I think anything on Coinbase has a really good chance of coming back. Popcat took a huge dump. I never liked Popcat, but some people do. Bonk went down. It's okay. Doge went down a little bit, but considering how much has been going up, that's perfectly normal. I don't even know why I'm tracking Popcat. I'm removing that. Sui's been doing really well recently. I mean, they have some volatility, but overall you could see they're just like trending upwards. Sol is actually doing pretty well too. They haven't been trending up as much, but they've been pretty solid, holding above 200 nicely. They need to go. They are higher than they're really close to their March high. Rich says, can't wait to see Sol above 500. That's gonna be sooner than expected. Jonathan, thanks for that comment. You are gone from this channel. Guess we can't say we're parabolic yet, which is good. We are, but we're taking a breather from the parabolicness, which is always good. You don't want something to go straight line forever. You definitely do want breaks because, you know, first of all, it prevents like a dramatic drop downwards. You know, like in 2017, we had these like 30% drops. We don't want that. If we have like little 6% drops like what we had, that's a lot better than a 30% drop, right? So having these smaller dips, consolidations, awesome. I'd rather have a lot more of those than a 30% dip. And second of all, like I said, Bitcoin is freaking expensive now, right? I kind of wish we stay a little bit longer, down a little bit longer. I kind of wish we're not breaking above 100,000 that quickly. I have a feeling we're going to break it sooner than expected. And we're probably not going to come back down ever after we break it. There's going to be so much euphoria and FOMO afterwards. But yeah. Trump said Jamie Dimon would not be part of his admin. I thought you liked Jamie Dimon. I thought he was going to promote him to Treasury Secretary. What happened there? TJ Moore, it already happened. FET, Singularity, Ocean, they're all part of Singularity. It's still under FET. It already happened. What's my opinion on Alex Jones' situation? I have no idea. No idea. Shrekin and Fool, you need to be careful when trying to spam like things like that, like I told you so. Because if you catch me in the wrong time, I'm going to ban you from the channel. And you're very close of being banned. You okay? You look like you're about to pass out. I did work out pretty hard today, so I'm a little tired. And I'm irritated with all these comments from people. What's your best recommended altcoin right now? My single most favorite has to be Solana, because I think it still has the greatest potential. But yeah, I mean, it's an obvious play. But, you know, biggest, yeah, my favorite alt right now. What's the highest leverage you ever traded with successfully? I don't think it's about, I don't think you're like, the X amount doesn't matter. If you're talking about like 20X or 50X or whatever, that doesn't matter. That doesn't care. I mean, it doesn't matter. The overall gains, I think, is what matters, right? Like one time I had a trade I had long enough that got me like over $100,000. That was my single greatest trade. But there's been many times I've been liquidated like $40,000, $50,000, like at a time, like overnight. I've been liquidated 30,000, 40,000 plenty of times. Not happy about those. It happens all the time. Now I'm a lot more. I try not to make it happen. Try to make it more smarter about it. Try to set more stop losses when I go to sleep and stuff like that. But you know, I try not to get too distracted. Just set more plays and try to make it back. Rich, no. No, he did not. Still to this day, he refuses to buy. Do you have a futures guide? I haven't seen any from you. I try not to be, you know, like I talk about it. Sometimes I show my wins, but I try not to like put out a video like this is how you trade futures, right? Because, you know, for the most part, I've said this before, most people that trade futures will lose. I do it because I get bored and because like my portfolio, I just leave it. Like what I trade, it's just like side money, and if I win or lose, whatever, it's like what keeps me entertained. If I win a lot, it's great. It makes me feel good. If I lose, I get depressed by it, but still, it doesn't affect my major portfolio, right? So I don't do a lot of guides and you know, sessions and stuff like that because I don't really want most people to like to learn and copy trade me because, you know, it's probably not going to end up well. But a lot of you guys are degens and if you want to do it, do it. You know, there's plenty of people that does teach that. I do think tomorrow's a good day. Tomorrow's Friday, so I do think maybe he's going to resign tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a good day to resign. If there's a, I don't know if there's a perfect day, but tomorrow will be a good day. If he resigns, he'll probably pump the market. I don't see why it wouldn't. Is it a full moon tomorrow too? Usually when we have a full moon, the market pumps up to the moon. Bad news always comes on Friday. That's not necessarily true. That's not always true. Cars says, I'm a DJ and I think Pepe will 5x from here. What's your opinion? It could certainly. If it 5x's, it'll be where Doge is. And that's what I've said before. I've said all along that Pepe will be the Doge of this cycle. So it just needs to do a 5x. What you said. I agree with that. Now, can it go up 5x higher than 5x in this cycle. I don't know. Because it's so high already. I don't know if it could do higher than 5x. So other memes will probably have a greater upside than Pepe at this point, but you could still make a lot of money from Pepe. Polkadot dead. It's not dead, but it's pretty like zombie-like. Yeah. If you want to know if a chain is dead or zombie-like, just go to DeFi Llama. Like, it doesn't lie. Just look at a TVL. TVL is a really good indication of how much liquidity is on a chain. And, you know, like, you can't even find Polkadot on here. Polkadot, Polkaswap, whatever. I don't know. You go to Polkadot, 42,000. Maybe because they're all parachains. That's why. It just doesn't seem like they have anything. I don't know what's going on at Polkadot. What's the biggest Polkaswap? Let's see. I think that's probably Polkastarter. No, Polkaswap. Maybe their biggest DEX. No, I don't know what their biggest DEX is, but they just don't have any TVL. I don't know what's going on with their. I don't know what's going on in their ecosystem, really. Do any of you guys know the biggest chain in Polkadot? Maybe Moonbeam? Yeah, I think it could be Moonbeam. Moonbeam, 22 million. I mean, it got a little hot in 2022, but now it's completely dead. It had almost 300 million TVL in 2022. Now it's at 22 million. UBX. What is this? I have no idea what this is. Ubix Network. This is 486K market cap. Is this right? This can't be right. Yeah, if that market cap is right, yeah, it can't be right. Do I really think Pepe can get at Doge level? Yeah, I do. And Doge will be higher, of course, but I do think it has a chance, especially now that it's on Coinbase and Robinhood. When the FOMO hits, all the retail people are just going to jump on. All right, guys. So, Fetcher Powell pauses the Bitcoin pump, but is it permanent? Of course not. Temporary setback? Yes. But we may have a catalyst, a huge one right around the corner, because this guy is going to resign. He basically already released a statement, and it could be coming as soon as tomorrow. Why not? Why not? All right, guys. Doesn't matter. You're welcome. I'm glad you stayed with me since 2025. Tech Dev seems UBX to do 100x. Okay. Well, maybe it can. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larson.